Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with, sorry about that, get started with our notes on reflections. So reflections, a reflection is, it uses the line like a mirror to reflect an image. So each point in this image are the same distance from the line of reflection. All right, so in this example here, you would have this line here, and this line would be our line of reflection, because literally the smiley face went from being on top of that line to the bottom of that line. It looks like it was literally reflected across that line. Okay, and this line of reflection, of course, that's what that mathematical term is. That line of reflection is actually at the x-axis, which if I asked you to graph that would just be y equals 0. Okay, so you have several that you could do here. All right, moving on. All right, so reflection, there are like four main ways that we'll see it here. It'll be a reflection over the x-axis, the y-axis, over the line y equals x, and the line y equals negative x. All right, so if you reflect across the x-axis, then you're just keeping the x the same and changing y to its opposite. So keep, oopsie, sorry, not that. So keep x the same and change y to its opposite. Okay. All right, that's what we would have here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So let's look at our pre-image and see what those coordinates are. This t is located at point -1, 2. R is located at the point 3, 4. And y is located at the point 2, 2. All right, so again, I'm gonna use this. This is my rule here. The rule tells me exactly every single thing that I need to know about this problem. It tells me how I'm going from the old, which is the pre-image, which we call which is our original shape, that's where it's originally located, to our image, which is our new location. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go from xy to x comma negative y, so keep x exactly the same. So -1, 3, 2, and the y becomes its opposite. That's what that means. So we have 2 becomes -2, 4 becomes -4, and 2 becomes -2 again. And I'm gonna go ahead and graph that. So we would have -1, -2 is our t prime, and we're gonna call it prime when we have the new locations. All right, and it just literally signifies that it's a new location. 3, -4 is r prime, and then 2, -2 is our y prime. We're going to go ahead and connect those points. And we have our reflection over the y-axis, which is, again, as you can see, over the x-axis, it is here. It looks like that triangle at the top just went straight to the bottom. I just flipped it over that green line. So this is my line of reflection. All right. And of course that line is the x-axis, which is also y equals 0. All right, moving on. We have the exact same points, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put those points there and put them over here as well. Sorry about that. Paste it over here. Okay. So my new one, when I'm going over the y-axis is this vertical axis here. When I'm reflecting it over that, I need to go ahead and keep my x the same. Keep my y the same. And this time I'm going to change x to its opposite. Oops, sorry about that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move on. All right, so when I do that, I'm gonna keep the y the same and change x to its opposite, so 2, 4, and 2, and x becomes its opposite, 1, -3, -2. So I go ahead and graph those. 1, 2 is my t prime, r prime, y prime. All right, t prime is at 1, +2. R prime is at -3, 4. And Y prime is at -2, 2. Alright, and I have it reflected over the y-axis. Alright, then I have a reflection in the line y equals x. So all that happens here is I swap x and y. Alright, so same pre-images again, same those same points. So I don't have to do anything too fancy there. And I'm just going to swap the order. So 2, -1, 4, 3, and 2, 2. So this is my T prime, R prime, Y prime. Alright, T prime is now at 2, -1. R prime is at 4, 3. And Y prime is at 2, 2. Oops, which it didn't actually change. So it's still there. Alright, and then when I put that line of reflection on there, you can see that y equals x is here. Okay, that is that line of reflection right there, my green line. Alright, and finally I have a line of reflection across y equals -x, which is going to be the opposite way. Oops, maybe I could draw it correctly. Maybe around here anywhere. Okay, that's better. So, something. Alright, so if I'm reflected across this axis, again, I'm going to keep, I'm going to just swap the x and y and make everything its opposite. Alright, so same points and everything is its opposite. So -2, 1, -4, -3, -2, -2. Alright, go ahead and graph that. That's y prime, R prime, and T prime, -2, 1. You see it's the same distance away from that green line as it was before. And -4, -3 is my R prime. R prime. Okay. And I am done there. Okay. Everything else in your practice problems, so these 1 through 8, you should be able to do, except the only ones that you didn't have a good example of were numbers 3 and 4, where you had a different line of reflection. So our line of reflection for number 3 is at the line y equals 1, which is at this line where y is +1. So I'm just going to be reflecting my shape across that line, so I'll help you out with that. So that is -4, 3. -4, 3 is here. That's J. -2, 7 is K. L is 2, 7. And M is 3, 3. Okay, so this is my original shape. And I'm going to be reflecting it across the line y equals 1. So I'm going to go down. M is exactly 2 units from that line. I'm going to do the same thing down there. 2 units down. That's going to be my new M value, or M location. L is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 6 units away. So 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's going to be my new location for L prime. All right, K, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. Okay, that's going to be K prime. And then J is 2 away again, 2 away down here. Okay. All right, and that's going to be my J prime. I'm going to go ahead and connect these and write what those new points are. So my new point is going to be based on the original, like the actual location. So that'll be -4, -1 for J. For K, it is -2, -5. Make that a little more neat. Alright, L is 2, -5. and M is 3, -1. Okay, so I know I'm good there. And the final one that you guys needed a little bit, you needed a good example of was x equals -3, which is going to be a vertical line at x equals -3. Oops. Okay, and I have this triangle with -2, 3. It's P, 2, 4. Is Q, and 1, -1 is R. Okay, reflecting across that line, P is 1 away, so I'm going to have it 1 away over here. That is going to be P prime, which is -4, 3. Then I have my Q, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. I'll do a 5 away on this side as well. It'll be up here. That is 8, 4. I'm sorry, -8, 4. And then my R is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So 1, 2, 3, 4 away is my R prime. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -7, -1. Alright, and I've got my new triangle. And I'm going to make it a lot darker so you can actually see it. So my new triangle is here. Okay, with all my dots. Okay, all right, so everything else you should be perfectly fine on. You should know how to do. All right, and that is it for reflections.